While photography was introduced in Africa shortly after its invention in 1839, it was limited to entrepreneurs or expatriates who could afford large format cameras and equipment. In getting an in-depth understanding of its history in Nigeria, we visited a very dynamic, creative and ace photographer, Kelechi Amadi Obi.
Photography came to our shores via the colonial masters. I don't know how far back, but I mean, they were the people that brought, it's a technology-based means of expression. They were the people that brought the camera. And eventually people, the locals, started using also the camera. In my experience, I know during my childhood, I experienced photographers. It was big. The whole studio photography business has always been there, where people would go to a studio, make a portrait, and go home with a print. Tutelage was handed down through apprenticeship. You know, the photographer took an apprentice who becomes a studio assistant who would eventually get taught on how to process film. And once you know how to process film and print, then you've graduated into the other level of you'll be able to do your own business. As time went by, the QSS machine arrived, and the camera was also made smaller. Canon, Nikon, Kodak were bringing out these SLR, single lens reflex cameras that were compact, and the 35mm film was very popular. When the QSS machine came, cameras now went into the hands of non-photographers, who all they needed to do, and then the cameras started adding more and more automatic settings to the camera, and that's the myth of the all-intelligent camera that would take marvelous pictures. And then amateurs and people who were not really interested in photography would pick up a camera, take pictures, and they just go to the QSS shop, and their picture is printed. We've not left the apprenticeship system of tutelage. Why? Because I do not see a very prominent photography academy in Nigeria yet. I know they have photography departments in some of the polytechnics, but I haven't seen a proper, university faculty dealing with high-end photography. First, the business was about taking people's portraits and printing. Then it became about advertising and weddings and things. And now, it's being consumed on telephones and pads, and the internet has completely revolutionized photography business, really. As time went by, digital technology now completely revolutionized photography. That process was happening in 1998, 99, 2000. The digital camera started coming up. And, that in itself also took food out of the mouth of a couple of people. The QSS printing process had to innovate and get into the digital printing space.